Dum da da dum da 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 dum da da dum da da. That's a steam train, by the way. That's the Hogwarts Express going to Hogwarts. Ahead of me is a giant castle of maths. There we are in lesson 2. Okay, let's do some more magic. Dum da 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 la da da dum da da dum da da. So, what have we got here? We've got one of these funny grids. You seem to get a lot of these on social media, don't you? And you've got to try and work out the value of each particular picture. And I've given some of the answers, but I need to figure out the rest for myself and work out what the individual pictures are worth. Now, the clue is this last one. There are 3 pictures, and when I add them up, I get 27, which means each one of these funny little shapes must be worth 9, because if I do 27 divided by 3, I get 9. So each of these is worth 9. Okay, cool. Well, how about across here? I've got this picture, which I know, and then 2 other things equals 19. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's do 19. Take away 9 is 10. So these 2 are worth 10. So if I do 10 divided by 2, I get 5. Each of these must be worth 5. Dun, da, 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 da. Is that getting on your nerves yet? Now, what have we got here? We've got a column, and I've got 2 5s, a missing thing, and then that equals 21. So let's do 21, take away 10. Why 10? Well, because these 2 5s, yeah? And that equals 11. So this picture must be worth 11. And I can finish off my grid, because I now know how much each of these is worth. So 9 plus 11 plus 5 is 25. 9 plus 11 plus another 11 is 31. And then 5 plus 11 plus another 11 is 27. Yeah? On to the next puzzle. Here we go. Jelly beans. Okay, well, what's the key this time? Okay, well, I've got 3 reds is -6. So if I take the -6 and I divide it by 3, I get -2. So each of these is worth -2. Then what can I do? Oh, look at this top row. I've got 2 blues and a red, and that equals 8. Okay, well, this is going to be complicated, but if I take away the -2, now remember, if I'm taking away a negative, that turns into adding. Okay, so these 2 together must be worth 10, so each one must be worth 5. And then I can use this column to work out the last bit, can't I? Because I've got 5, and then these 2 things together make 25. Well, let's take away the 5. That equals 20, so share it between these. Each one must be worth 10, because 10 plus 10 plus 5 is 25, right? And then I can finish off my grid, can't I? 10 plus 10 is 20, take away 2 is 18. 5 plus 10 is 15, take away 2 is 13. And then 5 plus 10 plus 5 is 20. Cool. Okay, hope you're getting good at these. Now we've got a complicated one here. What am I going to do here? Because there's nothing that's, immediately obvious. But let's look at this row here, this column here. I've got 2 wrap suites and a long suite. And this row here, I've got 2 wrap seats and 2 long suites. So the only difference is the fact that I've got 1 more of these. Look, because I've got 2 round ones, or say 2 orange ones and a blue one. This way I've got 2 orange ones and 2 blue ones, so there's 1 more blue. How much more, though, is that row than that column? It is 12 more. That means that extra suite must be worth 12. In fact, it means all those suites are going to be worth 12. So then how much are my sort of other suites, worth? Well, take away that 12, I'm left with 6. So together these are 6, so each one must be worth 3. And then this row here, now that suite's worth 3. Well, if I take 3 off of there, I get 21, which means these 3 together are 21. Divide 21 by 3, and I get 7. Each one of these must be worth 7. And then I can start doing my last columns. Okay. Oh, and they're all worth 7. Of course they are. I've finished it. Oh, except I haven't finished up the actual grid yet. So those suites are worth 3. Those suites are worth 7. So we can do our last row. So you should have 26, 17, 22, and 29. Dum da da dum da da dum da da dum dum da da. Okay, I need to put these in times in from the shortest to the longest. Yep. So I need to be able to compare them. Now to compare them, they all need to be in the same format, and I'm going to go for minutes. Change them all to minutes. Now there are 60 minutes in 1 hour. So if I 3 lots of 60 is 180 minutes. That's already in minutes. 92 is in minutes. 2 hours. So 2 lots of 60, 120 minutes. 1.5 hours, so 1.5. So that's 60 and 30, which makes 90. Oh, 6,000 seconds, 600 seconds. Oh, we'll come to those in a minute. 2 3/4 hours. So that's going to be 2 lots of 60 is 120. 3/4 of an hour is 45 minutes. So it's 165 minutes. Okay, now what about the seconds then? There are 60 seconds in 1 minute. So for every 60 seconds I get 1 minute. So if I want to go from seconds to minutes, I'm dividing by 60. I'm seeing how many 60s fit in there. Well, 10 60s fit in there. So 600 seconds is 10 minutes, which means this must be 100 minutes. So next question is, what's the shortest? Well, that's this one. That's the 10 minutes, isn't it? So we'll put it as the original. So we'll put 600 S for seconds. What's the next shortest? So we went 10. So the next one is going to be, where are we? 1.5 hours, the 90. So 1.5 hours. Then the next one's going to be 92 minutes, isn't it? That's the next one. So we had 90, so 92 is next. So 92 minutes. Then it's going to be 100 minutes, which was 6,000 S for seconds. Then, so where have we gone next? We got to 100. What's next? 120 or 120 or 120. They're the same, aren't they? So these two can go either way round. So either 120 minutes or 2 hours, because they're both the same, so you can have those either way round. It doesn't matter. Okay, then we've got, so we've done the 120 minutes and the 2 hours. Next we've got 165 minutes, so that's 2 3/4 hours. And lastly, the 3 hours on the end. Okay, moving on. Ooh, okay. We want to add some times to these. So 10:15 a.m. Add an hour and a half, so that's 1 hour 30 minutes. You get to 11:45. It's still a.m. 2:20 in the afternoon. Go forward 2 1/4 hours, or 2 hours will take it to 4 o'clock. Add quarter of an hour, that's 15 minutes. So it's 4:35 p.m. Now forward 2.5 hours, so that's 2 hours 30 minutes. Well, the 30 minutes will take us to 12:02. And actually that will be PM, because it's gone past midday. So 12:02. And then add the 2 hours to that, and I get to 2:02 PM. Now, if you put it in 24-hour clock, that would be 14:02, and this would be 16:35. But you know, I didn't. Haha. Right, backwards 4 hours from 6 PM will get us to 2 PM. Backwards 2.5 hours from here will get us to 1:05 PM, and backwards 3/4 of an hour. Well, I like to do these, so let's do 8:10. Now, first of all, let's go back 10 minutes. So that will be till 8 PM. And how many more minutes have I got to go? Well, 45 minutes is 3/4 of an hour. So I've already done 10, so I've got another 35 minutes to go, which will take us back to 7:25 PM. Okay, so doing them in little jumps is always a good little strategy. So 7:25 PM. Okay, the last bit then, the timetable. So, what are we going to do with this? Oh, where's my timetable gone? I've lost my timetable. Oh, there we go. Right. It takes 2 hours 22 minutes to get from Herbology to Stonebridge on bus A. Complete the timetable for Stonebridge for bus A. So each one takes a different amount of time to get from Herbology, which is here, down to Stonebridge, which is here. Now this is 2 hours 22 minutes from 6:30 in the morning, so it's going to be 8:55. No, 8:52. Why did I say 8:55? I have no idea. 8:52 in the morning. Bus B takes 2 hours 41. Well, that takes us, the 41 minutes takes us to 9:11. So add another 2 hours to that, and it's 11 minutes past 11. And then 2 hours 37 minutes to get from Herbology to Stonebridge. So 2 hours 37. Well, the 37 will get us to 11:07. Add 2 more hours to get that. And we get to, if we're doing it in 24-hour clock, 13:07. Or you might have put, 1:07 p.m. Either of those is fine. Okay. Next bit. How long does it take to get from Herbology to Stone Circle? Well, on which bus? Does it not tell us which bus? Oh no, every bus takes the same, doesn't it? It's to Stone Circle. So we're going from Herbology to Stone Circle. Sorry, I wasn't really reading the question right. And it is 1 hour and 5 minutes. So I'm going to put 1 hour, 5 minutes. How long does it take to get from Hagrid's Hut to the viaduct? There's Hagrid's Hut to the viaduct. Well, there's only 2 that do it, and they take the same amount of time. It's 10 minutes up to 8 o'clock, and then another 35 minutes. So it's a total of 45 minutes. And the last question is, Harry needs to get to Hagrid's Hut for 8:30. What bus would he need to get? So there's Hagrid's Hut. He needs to get there by 8:30. Well, the only one that stops there before 8:30 is bus A, because this one gets there at 11:50. That's too late. This one doesn't get there at all, so he has to take this one, which is bus A. So bus A. Okay. Well done. I'm going to get on my Firebolt 2020 and I'm going to go flying off into the distance. Right. Have a great time, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.